you gotta render the world before you go outside every day, and like,
Yeah, after your life is over, you have to wait until it renders for it to end.
ugh.
Jeez.
And like the "you died" screen has to pop up, and like, and you don't even get a respawn button. Like, what is this?
That's actually your life flashing before your eyes. It's rendering. And you see a little window of like the whole video, but going at a weird speed. That's it.
I wonder if only the people who believe in reincarnation get the respawn button. Okay, so we're actually going to the Sky Castle now?
Well, a slightly smaller Sky Castle. You can see the comparison. You see the original Sky Castle, that's taking up the entire screen. It's not even like the screen can't even like hold the actual Sky Castle in one screen, but we are in a much smaller one. So kinda.
Are we going to the one that the Sarah Oracle just raised, or
yeah? This is where the Sarah Emperor hangs out, basically.
Okay. Hi. What a surprise.
There's a sage.
Oh.
Just hanging out. They did say it was much different from the others.
Their utopia.
Thanks for the info. Now we're gonna kill you.
Alright. At least he monologued at us first.
Yeah. It's a shame that he's just a basic enemy that we're gonna fight more of later.
The apothecary. How great is it that villains always know exactly when to monologue at the main characters to give more information?
Well, the justification is that normally the main character goes like, "Why are you telling us this information?" And then the bad guy goes, "Well, you're not gonna leave this room anyway," or something. It's like that is the stupidest thing ever. It's like,
I mean,
no, that's actually a justification of why you shouldn't tell them. Is because you're wasting your time.
I will admit, I know that the entire point of the comic was to subvert tropes like that in the first place, but I do think that it was handled incredibly well in Watchmen, where Ozymandias literally just admitted that he was monologuing to explain his entire plan because he had already set his plan in motion and there was no way for it to be stopped.
Okay. That's fine, actually. If I was gonna suggest, it's like, you should do your monologue after you've claimed victory, but I guess that works as well.
Yeah, it was literally like the final showdown between Ozymandias and the main characters. Owlman,
the Watchman,
Owlman and Rorschach, primarily, I believe. And yeah, it was like he had already set his plan into motion, and there was like 5 minutes left before it actually like happened, like before everything came into to action, and like there was no way for them to actually stop it. So it was like, you think I would tell you all of this if there was any chance of you stopping me?
Yeah, that's smart. And the common justification is that, okay, well, you're just buying time or whatever, but yeah, that makes sense, but it's been done so often.
Yeah, and of course, like, again, that is the entire point of Watchmen, is like it's subverting all of the common tropes of the superhero comic, basically. And so that's one of the biggest ones. Like the big villain monologues and explains his entire plan, and then the hero stops him and ends the plan and saves the world. Whereas in Watchmen, no, the villain wins.
The villain wins.
Pretty much.
In the movie, it's like like a neutron bomb or whatever?
He was using Dr. Manhattan. basically.
I know, but like what actually happens in the city? It was an explosion. I remember that much.
I think it was like he set off a nuclear bomb or something, or like set off a couple nuclear bombs like around the world or something.
Oh, okay.
And they had like the trace signature of radiation that was connected directly to Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, I remember that part.
Which I'm gonna be honest. I know a lot of people got really ticked off about the ending to the Watchmen movie, but I like it more than Ozymandias just Deus Ex Machinaing a giant space octopus.
I was gonna mention that. I actually would have liked to see a Lovecraftian creature.
It would have been. It would have been interesting.
It would have been stupid, but I would have liked it.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see them try to do it for the movie, but it would have just been so bad.
Since they did do that in the comic, was the blame still could have been shifted to Dr. Manhattan? Or was that part not to do with it?
I don't think that was part of the plan in the comic.
Okay, well, in that case, I prefer the movie ending.
Because the entire point of Ozymandias' plan was to unite the normal people of the world and make them not rely on purported vigilantes and superheroes. And that comes across both in the comic and the film. But
sorta, yeah.
In the film, Dr. Manhattan is the big superhero, and so to get Ozymandias' plan to actually work, he needs to make Dr. Manhattan not interfere with anything, which means making Dr. Manhattan distance himself.
Yeah, that to me makes more sense, more satisfying.
Yeah, I thought it was a decent change, like. And of course there were also just people who were really mad about the Watchmen movie like sticking so closely to the comic, which I think is weird.
What?
Because whenever you have adaptations like that, people always get mad when they're not sticking to the source material.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
You can't please everyone, okay?
It's been a while since I've seen complaints like that though, so I don't remember exactly what the problems people had with it were.
That's true, because the comic book movies nowadays is like kind of it's always been taking its own liberties.
Yeah. And especially like with the current wave of comic book movies, they're generally not directly adapting any specific comic like storyline.
Nah, just using his characters and just doing whatever it wants.
They'll take some like general story beats that were used in the comics and are kind of recognizable, but then just kind of build their own story around that.
Yeah, like Civil War. It's like I'm pretty sure there were more than 12 participants in Civil War.
It was a very widespread
they didn't
thing.
just fight in an airport.
It was the Civil War event was quite long and involved the vast majority of superheroes in the Marvel universe.
Yeah. Were they? Yeah, I think the X-Men were involved. Maybe.
Well, to be fair, Marvel can't use the X-Men yet. Still.
Yeah. You gotta wait for 6 more Venom movies.
That is, I will say, like, if Disney ends up buying Fox or whatever, it would at least be nice for them to finally be able to bring the X-Men into the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, a lot more material for movies. Because after Thanos, it's like, what else are you gonna do?
Plus, like, they are legitimately getting to the point where they're gonna have to start cycling out the original wave of heroes, like,
or at least actors.
Well, I mean, that's what I mean, like, because even if they continue using, a character who functions as Iron Man, like they're gonna have to pass off, like, Tony Stark is not gonna be able to continue being Iron Man, because at this point they are in way too deep to just recast Tony Stark.
Yeah, I haven't seen Infinity War yet.
I haven't either, for the record.
Yeah, so we might be coming off as complete idiots. So, well, my hope is, all right, that they kill off Tony Stark, and he comes back as a robot, so they don't need to have the same actor, but they can still have the same character.
Well, there is a precedent. Is this a boss fight, by the way?
No, mini boss.
Okay, I'm just thinking, like, they're really kind of messing you up. There we go. There's a precedent. There's a precedent already in the comic books, like built in, about passing on the legacy of a character to another character.
Yeah, kill off Steve. Make Falcon the Captain America.
And Falcon's already in the cinematic universe, so it would make sense.
It's so easy.
It would make sense that if Captain America retires or gets killed or anything,
you might as well kill him. It's like, now's the time to do it.
But let's be honest. Like, we know that Thanos got away with his big plan in Infinity War. But
does he?
But none of the characters who get killed in Infinity War are gonna stay dead. Like,
of course not. No, it's comics.
Yeah, it's a comic book movie. Like, they're not gonna leave any of the big important characters dead. Like, that's just not gonna happen.
What? They're gonna have timeline shenanigans. They're gonna have one timeline where everyone lives, so you get a happy ending, and a timeline where the characters who died stay dead.
Yeah.
So, and that's where they're gonna build off from. So they don't need to worry about getting the actors back.
I doubt that.
It's
like,
the best of both worlds.
I doubt that, but yeah, I just, like, I expect that they're just gonna have, like, Tony Stark passing on his position to someone else who will just take on the mantle of Iron Man and stuff like that.
Make Pepper Iron Man. Like, fuck it.
And, like, similarly, they're probably gonna, replace Captain America pretty soon. I don't know about.
Yeah, I can't remember which actor said it was like Infinity War is gonna be his last movie as that character.
Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. have both talked about coming to the end of their contract with Marvel. I'm not sure about Chris Hemsworth as Thor. I don't know how.
I think he likes the role.
I think he likes the role. I'm not sure how many movies he's signed on for, and if he's going to, like, continue after his contract is up.
If Thor 3 sucked, probably not a lot after, but since it was good, it probably, like, invigorated the role.
Yeah, it's amusing because, like, they got away with recasting the Hulk, but that was
twice.
Well, the first Hulk film doesn't count.
Wasn't it not?
No, like the early one in 2003 doesn't count.
Okay.
The one in 2008 with Edward Norton was, like, the start of alongside Iron Man was the start of the actual, like, Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then they recast Bruce Banner with Mark Ruffalo, and he's played Banner / the Hulk since then. And, like, they got away with that because it was really...
no one really remembers the Hulk movies.
Well, it was really early in the cycle, too. Like, because The Incredible Hulk was the second Marvel Cinematic film, there wasn't really a set kind of cast yet. And it was easy, and yeah, like, Hulk has never been as big a pull as Captain America, Spider-Man, Iron Man. So, like, recasting him for the Avengers wasn't really a big deal. But now that they're, 20 films in to the universe and and whatnot, they kind of have an issue being like, oh yeah, Chris Evans's contract is up. Let's just cast somebody else as Steve Rogers and keep going from there. Like,
yeah, that'd be really awkward if they did that.
They can't really get away with that. But again, like, I can see them having like a new era Captain America where, like, there's a 5-minute sequence at the beginning of the film or something where Steve Rogers, passes on the torch to the new Captain America or whatever.
Give the shield to Thor so he can, like, super overpowered.
Because Thor needs a shield made of vibranium.
Yeah, he does. So I could do he could hit the shield with his hammer again and then do that thing.
The giant shockwave.
The shockwave, yeah.
Man, I should rewatch some of the older Marvel films again.
I don't know. Some of them are kind of skippable.
I have, like... Yeah, like, I've stuck with, like, the main ones. Like, Thor, Iron Man,
The
Captain
important
America, Avengers.
By the time Infinity War is over, there's going to be a massive collection of all the movies.
Ugh.
Like a 25 DVD box set.
And it's going to cost, like, $500.
I don't think it'll cost more than the discs individually.
Which is why it'll cost like $500.
Alright. I don't know what the cost is for a DVD. I don't think I ever bought one in my entire life.
I mean, for one thing, they don't really sell DVDs alone anymore. They sell Blu-rays, and
oh, okay.
The Blu-rays usually.
Shows what I know.
The Blu-rays sometimes come with DVDs. I'm not sure exactly what it's like nowadays because I haven't bought a film in a physical store in a while. But
yeah, because they're all bankrupt.
Yeah, like, but Blu-rays and like even just like buying HD films online, it's not cheap. Like, they can go anywhere from 20 to like 40, $50.
Yeah.
So
that's why Netflix is in debt by hundreds of millions of dollars. How is that company still afloat?
Well, I mean, the funny thing is, like, the American government is in debt billions and billions of dollars. So,
So, anything goes.
And the U.S. government is far from the only government that works at a deficit, so...
Well, that's a government. This is a company.
But if the government can run in the red constantly from year to year, kind of makes some amount of weird sense that a company would be able to.
Government makes mixed rules. You could just snap the fingers and Netflix. Oh, I don't feel so good.
I think it's mostly because, like, as much as they're operating in the red, they're still making, like, they're not making a profit, but they're still making money. So it's not like they're getting completely crippled by the cost.
I just wonder how it actually got to that point, because, like, I thought Netflix is, like, super rich with the amount of shows it's producing.
I don't know.
Guess not.
I mean, I've heard that, like, even Amazon runs at a deficit.
Well, if it is, then whoever the owner of Amazon is would just bring it back up to
Well,
the green anyway. He owns 10% of Tencent.
1 cent.
2 cent.
That wouldn't be 10%.
Oh.
Do you even math, bro?
I haven't mathed in like about 4 years. I have a calculator on me like at all times.
I mean, that counts
There's
as
one in front of me
math.
right now. Well, I meant like I can't do it in my head, so I have this with me. I mean, I'm sure I can. It's just faster, you know.
God, I'm gonna beat myself up over that when I'm listening back to this to edit the video now.
Well, you can edit it yourself, like you have the power.
But
Edit yourself in saying the right name.
But I'll just need to record a whole bunch of clips of me saying Bezos in various ways.
Yeah. Or just once, and you know, even though it sounds shitty, at least you sound smart.
But that's dishonest.
Nah. Now, lots of people edit in their own stuff so they can sound smarter. That's the benefit of like doing a podcast that's entirely audio, so that you can, you know, cut out all the ums and this awkward silences.
I've honestly not like done that at all. Like my editing of the audio is fairly cursory in these videos. I'll take out, you know, I take out extraneous sounds like coughing, sniffling, stuff like that. And I will shorten silences every now and then. But other than that, like I don't really do a lot to tweak the audio in most of these videos that go up.
I've done that in a video I did like 2 months ago or something for one of my assessments for college. The objective was to make a 5-minute video, but since I had like an hour and a half worth of audio, I was like, okay, I can shave off like a second here, and yeah, and I'll need to do that in all sorts of places.
I mean, yeah, when you have like a specific constraint that you have to work within, then it makes sense. Anyway, here's the. We got the theft neuron down.
Balboa, where are you gonna take that corpse?
How dare you? Wait.
Damn it. I was gonna eat that sage.
Let's go after him instead of just Oh, all right.
Well, I was checking to see if there's anything there first.
Uh-oh. And now Gendio's dead? Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you guess?
It's almost...
Well...
Hang on a second. Oboe's in our party. What?
Oh, yeah. Oboe comes back to our party after Gendio dies.
Surely he should not be in our party because he's not on our side.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna get something to that effect. Also, we have the Sarah Emperor. So, what a twist. The third boss, or fourth, I can't remember, isn't the Sage. sage is down, I guess they're no longer a problem. You see,
Oh, okay.
we didn't have to kill all of them ourselves.
So, Oboa opposes the Emperor.
Yes.
But then why... You foolish fool. I mean, it's not like we're on the Emperor's side. Why...
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem just murdering everyone in this room. No one gets thrown.
Cannot happen that way. Can we have our sword back now, dude? You did steal that sword from us.
That's true. We need it back.
Welp.
Uh-oh. That wasn't enough to kill it.
Yeah. I feel like we shouldn't be surprised by that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a plant. What? The whole point of plants is that they grow.
Welp.
Dead.
That's,
I think that did the job.
All right then.
So, the third sage is, by the way, by far the weakest.
Apparently.
Yeah. What a twist. You'd think the third one would be the strongest.
Yeah. Leave. Yeah, just peace
I said
out.
leave. It's like, I didn't know about this.
Just, bye, guys.
I need to check my party first. Also save. I'll be with you in a minute. Yeah. I don't even care if I maxed out my HP and ineffectively use my potions. I need full health for this fight.
Of course.
It's a boss fight. I appreciate it when like fixed save points also replenish your HP or SP or whatever.
Yeah.
It's nice. Also, we finally have an actual boss now, unlike earlier.
All those mini bosses that we were fighting.
There's a surprising amount of mini bosses. I mean, they could have been called bosses, like, and it wouldn't really made a difference because like they might not have as much plot significance, but it's still challenging as much as a normal boss.
Emperor changed into Emperor.
Yeah, that's how they name their stances. Sometimes the stance name is just the enemy's name, and so, yeah, they could have done something different about that. So this fight's kind of basic, at least to start off with. It's like charging up his attack.
I always think it's... kind of frustrating when like turn-based RPGs are like, oh, he's charging up his attack, make sure you just block this turn. Like I get what they're trying to go for, but I don't
think I've rarely used the block function in this game.
Yeah. Oh. Hello.
Like blocking
Oh,
is helpful. Blocking is helpful in some cases, but like most of the time it's like, I'd rather just do damage.
Yeah. And like the problem is that like of course sometimes the game is just like, haha, you didn't block, party wipe. And that's
your last save.
Yeah, that's what I'm just like, so tedious.
I like it when
stab. Wait,
I like
what?
it when the block has a secondary function. Referring back to Tokyo Mirage Sessions, one of the things I like about it is that when you block, you actually gain some of your SP back. So even if you don't need to reduce damage, you can at least regain some of your SP. And it's like, oh, this thing has a function almost all the time.
Let go of me. How rude.
Oh, what's this? Uh-oh.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the Red Army.
Hi.
I don't think they care that we're in the room.
No.
It's like, oh, two birds with one stone, huh?
Yeah, not like they've really cared about us in the past.
Yeah, they don't need us anymore now that all the stages are killed.
So not a... So not a boss fight that we're actually going to finish, or...
We'll see. But definitely until that cutscene happened, I don't think you could actually win the fight.
Let it go. Run away. Alright, so what's gonna happen to the Emperor there?
We'll definitely see. Because he is a problem that needs to be dealt with.
You'd think. It's kind
Or
of...
maybe not now. I assure you, there is some resolution to to this.
It's kind of foolish to just run away and let him
Yeah, well,
take on the...
this floating castle is like crumbling.
Yeah, but he's not gonna die from that.
No. You need to, the only way to make a definitive death is you see the corpse. We need to see his corpse.
If there's anything that I've learned from...
Media.
Yeah, like playing Japanese games and watching anime and all that sort of thing.
If the body of the character doesn't literally disintegrate, then they still have a chance to
Yeah, like
come back from the dead.
even beyond that, like it's just that, you know, dropping an airship on top of a main villain isn't enough to kill them.
Nope.